Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sewing an Imperfect Life. You are very welcome here. In this space I like to talk about creativity, especially being creative with fabric, my plans, my makes, my problem solving issues, all sorts of things to do with making garments. If that sounds good to you, keep watching. Today I'm heading off for a little adventure, and this is future Rebecca talking to you, and in a minute I'm going to hand over to Rebecca from first thing this morning. I'm off to the Central Coast to spend the day with one of my nephews because it's his birthday. He's turning 17 today and he's my youngest nephew. It's such a treat to be able to spend time with him and to enjoy each other's company, to celebrate life. Good morning everyone. I'm in the car ready to head out for the day. I'm going to the Central Coast of New South Wales to pick my nephew up for a brunch for his birthday. Now I'm going a bit early in the hopes that I can get to a couple of op shops, but also a wonderful place called the Sewing Basket. The Sewing Basket is an initiative of a charity that employs people with disabilities, and it's like an op shop for all sewing things. So they've got lots of vintage material, buttons, zippers, patterns, all that sort of a thing. There are 4 in New South Wales, and there's one I think about 20 minutes from where I need to pick up my nephew in Kincumber. So welcome. I hope you enjoy the trip. I've just pulled back into my driveway at the end of the day. I have had an absolutely delightful day. It took me a couple of hours, or just under a couple of hours, to drive to the Central Coast, and I found the Kincumber sewing basket, and I'm sure I've shown you the footage there. It was a real treasure trove and a pleasure to look around there. And when I go inside, we'll have a little purchase review together. I went and picked my nephew up after that, and we did a little explore of a few places on the Central Coast and found somewhere to have a brunch. It was quite a late brunch by the time we found somewhere. We ended up getting a bit of takeaway and sitting right on the beach, which was just beautiful. Temperature still quite cool, but the sun was out and the clouds had blown away by that stage, and it was just a delightful day to sit in the sun, look at the water and the green mountains together, and that was delightful. His mum met up with us as well, my sister, and that was just a treat to spend a few hours eating, chatting, wandering around together. And I'm ready for a cuppa and a purchase review of the things that I found and decided to purchase from the sewing basket. So let's go inside and have a look. I'm back home. I've got myself a cup of herbal tea to recharge a little bit, and I've got my bag of goodies that I'm ready to share with you. Let's have a look at what I found today. Actually, I might just fiddle around and move you down a bit. I think you'll be able to see a little bit better. All right, so as I explained to you earlier, the sewing basket is put together by a group called the Achieve, something like that. Yes, and they stop fabrics from going into landfill and provide great community, a great service. There are 4 of them in New South Wales, and the one I visited today is in Kincumber, and it was fabulous, a real treasure trove. I had a great time there this morning. I spent a good 50 minutes wandering around, looking at fabric, feeling fabric, looking at buttons and trims and all sorts of things. It was an absolute delight. Okay, just in case you're wondering, my sweater today is just a bought one, but I really love the size and the fit, so I have purchased a pattern from Fiber Mood called the Mika sweater, which is similar in style, but I have not yet made that up. I'll let you know when I have. My earrings, which say "Be Kind" and I don't wear often enough, I'm pretty sure I got them from somewhere on Etsy, but it was like 4 or 5 years ago and I don't know anymore. So sorry about that, but I'm sure you can go for a bit of a search and find some similar ones if you like them. Okay, my first 2 fabrics are stripy fabrics. I love a good stripe, and they are a very light jersey. This one's kind of not quite red, not quite orange, maybe a watermelon and white wide stripe. That is 2 meters, so enough to get a top, maybe a long sleeve top, maybe just a t-shirt, because it's really quite light and loose but has a nice feel to it. And that was just $2. The next jersey was also just $2, and it is a blue and white stripe. I think they'll be really great basics. Okay, I found a whole lot of buttons, and as I was searching through the buttons, there were a whole lot of really cool ones, but I don't often need buttons that are odd sizes or really unique shapes and things, because mostly for me, the fabric is the thing and the button is just doing its job. But they had lots of small buttons, and when I was looking at them, I thought, oh, most of my buttons are actually medium sized or large. I don't have lots of small buttons. So I did buy quite a few, and they were in packs of a good amount. Now, I'm not sure how these are going to come up on the screen, but let's have a go. So I bought a pack of these beautiful maroon colored buttons for just a couple of dollars. Very small navy blue buttons. Some little pearly pink buttons. Don't be lazy, Rebecca, take them out of the packet. And then there's some kind of pearly orangey tangerine buttons as well. Oh, how sweet, they're threaded together. Very light orange pearly buttons, they're really sweet. And then like a mid-red little button that's a little bit concave. All right, so they are my button purchases. I'm not sure how I'm going with the sunlight. It keeps moving. The sunlight doesn't move around. The clouds move around a little bit, and where the gap in the sunshine is playing around, but hopefully it's okay. This is one of my favorite finds. This was reduced to $5, and it's 260 centimeters of this lovely little pinky brown plaid. It's got a really nice drape, but a little bit of warmth to it. I've been looking online for ages at a whole lot of plaids and ginghams and just lusting after some and telling myself, don't spend money on those. You need to go and see what is in op shops, what is it at the sewing basket, instead of buying new things, adding to landfill. Let's go and see if we can reuse what's already out there. So I'm really pleased with all the tartans and this one gingham that I found today. So I found this one red and white gingham, and this is 2.9 meters, but because it's a vintage sort of a fabric, its width is only 90 centimeters. So I'd say I'll get a pair of trousers out of this. Delightful. Everyone's favorite of the day was this kind of very small check, and it's lovely and soft, but also a little bit warm, maybe a bit of a winter weight. And this is 3.1 meters, and this was also $5. And I might make that up into, I can possibly get like matching trousers and top out of that, which I always think gives you a bit more bang for your buck, because you can put them together and it looks a bit like a jumpsuit, or wear them with other things as well. Quite versatile. I do love red and white, so I bought this check, but it's a bit of a 90s skater check, I think, so I'm not quite sure what I'll do with it, but it is 185 centimeters, and I'd say it's a cotton poplin, and it's got a little bit of structure to it. Great vibrant color, that one. The next one's a really lovely chocolatey brown with a little pink tinge to it and a little pink floral on it. And this is 2.4 meters, but again, it's a vintage fabric and it's only 88 centimeters wide. So I think probably a pair of trousers I'll get out of this. Very sweet. The next one is another red. I feel like I'm in my red phase at the moment. And it's a really vibrant red with a vibrant floral blue on top of it. I love it. My nephew and my sister looked at it and went, that's bright. Again, it's a vintage fabric, so it's only 90 centimeters wide, but the length is 2.4 meters. Which means there are lots of options for it. It does have a bit of direction, but I think it'll be okay either direction, vertical or horizontal. And the last one, I'm chasing that sun. My last fabric is just a really nice blue floral with a little bit of geometric, and it's almost 2 meters, so I think it'll make a really nice blouse, possibly a pair of trousers, because I think it's a good mid-weight cotton. I'd say it's another cotton poplin. So lots of little bits, but hopefully I got things, colorways that will mix and match a little bit. If I'm a bit quirky with it, like maybe putting together tops and bottoms that are not the same but can be mixed and matched together, like maybe the reds, some of the reds. Yeah. I tried to look at a couple of tones for families, maybe these browns together as well. All right, so that is the inspo for today and my finds for today. It was an absolutely delightful trip. The actual drive is just pretty most of the way. I hadn't driven that motorway for a long time, and nearly the whole road was green. Beautiful mountains, driving through bushland, forest, whatever people call it, in the first bit to get out of the mountains, and then beautiful mountains in the distance once I'm on the motorway, crossing over some rivers. It's really quite picturesque, and it was a very pleasant drive. Now I'm going to get my fabrics in the wash. So whenever I decide which pattern to go with those fabrics, they are good to go, ready to push on and sew. I've got a couple of projects that are almost done, and when they are, I will put together a little recent makes video and you can see what I've been up to. I hope you are enjoying your weekend, enjoying your travels or whatever you've been up to being creative. And I hope you are well and staying safe. All the best from here in the Blue Mountains. Bye for now.